So apparently I've been streaming to myself in preview mode. I didn't realize you have to click go live on YouTube. That's beautiful. By the way, not a big deal. What are we doing here? Alright, essentially I'm working on fixing everything, clearing up a few things on my last ship. We're not even going to bother with that. Reason being is it just doesn't make sense to go with whatever remains here. We'll start with a new ship. Right now, this is the highest category I can see of the ships. No. You got a few lower categories. Level 1 is this, macro. It takes about 2 seconds to take apart. By 2 seconds, I meant like a minute or two, but still. It doesn't take very long to get ripped apart. We can go through it. It's the beginner one. It's meant really to teach you. I already have a few of the upgrades which make life a lot easier in this game. You can see from this distance it's telling me danger. Basically it's telling me don't cut into this because you're going to die if you're too close. Right there, that's some electronics. You get goals. Here's your goals. Get the reactor, get nanocarbon, and get metal. The way you know the difference between the three is essentially pointing your gun at it, and it tells you this goes to the processor, more likely not nanocarbon. This goes to the furnace, but you know it's glass. Is there any aluminum on the outside? I don't believe so. No. So this gun itself is pretty nice. It's your 90% of the work tool. Everything you do, at least you'll be using that. This is a tether. Just grabs it and drags it to wherever you want it. Like I said, this ship won't take me too long to rip apart. Not with these tools at least. There you go. So all of that's gone. It's little nacelles. Now to get inside the ship. This is the most annoying part, is you got to try finding out where the air is left inside the ship. You sometimes screw up. Sometimes things just won't get rid of its air. I've had issues where, airlock won't work. They just will not cycle the air out. Meaning you got to cut into the ship, meaning you're going to blow up the ship. Or at least you're going to blow it up partially. So what we want to do here, you're looking for this. This is the atmosphere regulator. It pumps all the air out. And the part I dislike is this, because now it's dragging the air from the rest of the ship. If this was full of crap, what you find is all that crap is flying at you. In our case, we were fine. This, you just want to break up because this whole front end can be popped off. Done. Alright, so what I'm doing here is I'm trying to line up as many of these things as possible, because the weapons do wear out. At this point I'm not too worried. I think they could take as many beating as I can give them in a single shot. Anything else I got here? Yeah, I gotta get these bottom pieces out. Go, and there you go. You can see all the whole bottom is now shifting. The whole roof piece started shifting off as well. Alright, so we got a bunch of processor pieces. Get that off. That off. And same for you. There you go. This is the reactor. You want to take it out last, mainly because it just starts overloading. That is blowing itself up. And it'll start shooting you with electricity, which does damage you. You can upgrade yourself to take less damage from it. I barely notice the difference. If I'm getting electrocuted, generally I'm getting electrocuted. Pretty irregardless, not a word. Pretty evenly. I haven't been able to avoid it, not too much at least. There we go. Alright, so that entire bottom's out. Can we move you? Doesn't want to get moved. That's fine. And let's get this out. Throw that straight down. You get the scary music. Not so scary. And she gone. You get all good work. You've reached the goal. So at this point, everything I'm making from now on is free real estate. That is, you know, you're doing for the money. Come on. There you go. The reason I'm doing that is just because I'm more or less annoyed that I can't get into these side panels. Alright, so that whole thing is done, which means I can probably start stripping this whole side. Now I know in the game, or sorry, in the trailer for this, they show you something like this. I've never actually done this because it's never worked out in my favor. Oh, this panel should be connected to this. Now grab this and move it into here. Let's see if this whole thing will fly like it did in the commercial. I highly doubt it. Yep, that's about as far as I expected it to go. Alright, let's try this panel.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
It's dragging. It's dragging. Nope. Nope. Wouldn't give it to me. Oh, where are you? Come on. There you go. So these tethers do have a time limit. It's about 2 minutes. Since I have it upgraded. Useless. Whatever. Well, it is kind of working. This is not worth the hassle, honestly.
Caution. Tether supplies running low.
How many do you have? 5? Might be enough. Okay, that's good. There's this panel. So these smaller panels, they'll get into this yellow area and eventually be dragged in through to get processed. The biggest issue you're going to get is the bigger pieces. Come on. Oh, you won't let me separate?
Valuable object
There's
processed.
that.
Credits awarded. Actually, let's go inside. I'm going to cut this. I've never actually cut one of these. More of annoyance. Come on. Why aren't you going? I guess you can't take it off at the macro. That's something new I learned. At least not these ones. Doo-doo-doo. So what you want to do is be far away. That way you get 2 panels cut at the same time. Nice straight line. There you go. Beauty. Will you let me get off now? Can I take it off? I should be able to. No, it just won't. It won't let me take that off. It's fine, but it's just annoying. Cut. Cut. Processing valuable object.
How many do I have? I have 1 more tether. How much time do I have? I have 6 more minutes.
Reminder.
Asphyxiation can lead to missed salvage.
Alright, let's go back and get some more tethers. We'll need a couple more just for that back end to be dragged into the furnace. It's all mostly useless. Well, useless. Aluminum.
Welcome to Vintage Rock 9000.
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
Can you repair anything?
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
Alright, let's drag this way. Yep. There, that should be fine. Anything here? Nothing that needs to be saved. Get that away. Get that out of the way. Alright, now all we have left is this beautiful front end. Furnace. Okay. This is small useless scrap. Generally I wouldn't even bother with this. Where are you going? Must have been flipped a little bit harder than I expected.
Alright, Cutter, you got 5 minutes left of this ship before they turn the lights out on you. Pitter patter.
Pitter patter. So here we have some pieces. This is storage. One type of good. Chairs are considered furniture, of course.
Deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
And then you have electronics like this computer over here. Worst object in the game. I have more bugs with that than anything else. What I'll do is I'll start going electrical on you. Even though you've turned off power for the ship, they still have some stored power, and that really does cause an issue for you.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Yeah, there's some. That panel that I threw in there, that thing, it clearly still had some nanocarbon on it, so it gave me a warning that it did not like what I did.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Come on. I guess this being a macro again, it won't let you. This is a training vehicle. It's not really meant to be main game played. Alright, I think we got just about everything. It won't let me grab that.
Salvage
Nope.
secured. Credits
That's fine.
deposited.
Let's get rid of this whole thing. It's going to tell you a bunch of things are not accepted because they're going the wrong hole. What really should be happening is I should be able to separate this front end somehow. I don't know how to separate it. I'm assuming... Get this garbage here. I'm assuming what will happen is at some point they'll give you some kind of gun that specifically can aim at things. Or better yet, they'll give you this gun and you can calibrate it. Because right now, as I understand it, you can cut either everything or you can cut only the aluminum. I got everything right, yeah. Aluminum and the bulkheads, those yellow things. It needs to be something that you can calibrate in some way. There you go. So this whole ship made me 2.5 mil. However, by playing, you have to pay a cost. Your first 2 or 3 salvages, you really won't make anything. But you will get eventually this, which is you'll start buying your items, which means you'll reduce this cost over here, meaning you make more money. Why is it written like this? I don't know. It may have something to do with my screen size. I have it by 1980 by 1080, so, or 1920 by 1080, and it should be working fine. It should look fine. But again, scaling is not there for the UI. And I know they're working on that. That's something that should be coming up sooner rather than later, at least based on what they've posted. Anything else here? No. That's it. Equipment wise, you got durability, you got how good it is. Anything basically, if you start off with anything over 70, you should be fine, even on the biggest ships. Scanner, I don't find that I use it often. There's occasional places I do use it for. On the bigger ships, when you're separating what, the captain's area, the pilot's area, from the rest of the body, you do want to use this because you don't want to accidentally cut into something that you're not meant to. Beyond that, important things, thrusters. You want to get as much speed and as much braking as possible. What's this? Fuel. I haven't gone near using up all my fuel. Not once. Not even on the biggest ship. I'm pretty sure if you did a marathon for the full 15 minutes, you might find yourself running out of fuel. I don't know if it's an automatic you died situation. I hope not. But yeah, I haven't run out of fuel yet. These things, I've gotten pretty close to not being able to use them. Never zeroed it out. Helmet, oxygen, definitely something you always want to have upgraded. As you can see, it's one of the few things I have to go back for. And your suit stats, here's where you get cryo resistance, fire resistance, and electrical. All level 10, so it'll be a while before I get there. What's this? Suit integrity. I'm assuming this is how many times you can take damage during a mission. Again, not something that I'm too worried about. My helmet integrity is more important because I've bumped holes in there. Not my fault. Bugs. You'll see something just get flinged across the screen. All of a sudden, you have a huge hole in the middle of your helmet. Why did I get flinged? I have no idea. Doesn't really make sense because it's going that way, and it's never gotten anywhere near you. But the system decided it's going to be like that. Certification, just what you need to do to get to the next level. Right now, I'm level 8. I'm working towards level 9. Here's my objectives that I need to fulfill before I become level 9. Thruster class, this is how many times you have to collect thrusters. Here's the reactor. Have I done reactor? No, not this playthrough. I haven't gone through the reactor this playthrough yet. The level 2 at least. I've done the level 1, as you saw. Again, level 2 is basically the same thing. It's just bigger. It has more protection around it. ECUs, I don't know where I find an ECU. I'm pretty sure I've saved these. I've done it once, but I don't remember coming across it recently. Either way, those are your upgrades. Here's the ship catalog that you can, ships that you can use to break down. There's 3 classes as stated. You got your mackerel here. Nope, I do not want to do this again. This is a bigger mackerel. And then you got your geckos. So this one's the most basic. It's super simple, as you saw. There's nothing inside of it. These ones start getting cargo inside and seating. So there's a little bit more to break down, a little bit more to get through. Also, you have these nacelles, but there's also an engine and emergency thruster in the back. That can cause a little bit of a headache. Not too much, though. And then you got these big geckos. These ones are honestly the most fun, but at this point, I've destroyed about a dozen of these. A few dozen at least. They're not so fun. You get a total value. I'm not sure where this number is coming from. I'm assuming if you bought it brand new from the dealership, this is how much it costs the buyer. You're going to get maybe half that in salvage material out of it. Maybe if you break it down completely, and I'm talking about you pull off every single light on the wall, every single wire, don't destroy anything, you cut everything, you might be able to get that amount. I've never gone anywhere close yet. Best I can do is about, halfway? I don't know. We'll see. Either way, great little game. If you're looking for a time sink, this is it. It will get repetitive fairly quickly right now, so I'd probably say hold off on buying it for another 6 months or so. They'll add more ship classes. I know one of their next goals is to give you a different variant of this gecko type, so you have industrial and transport. Not sure what the next variant's going to be. Maybe military. Who knows? Either way, it does get tedious at this point, especially with those goals being, what was it? $100 million. I have to do 121 more work objectives, 140 to get to level 9. And then we're talking about another, 250 on top of that to get to level 10? I don't know. I don't know. This might be a bit much. But for now, good enough. Either way, take care, guys.